Hey there. I know you've probably seen the news, the headlines, or social media posts. President Tinubu is traveling again. But have you ever wondered why he travels so much? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something that's been stirring up debates in Nigeria and beyond. President Tinubu's foreign trips. Some say he's always flying around. Others say he's securing the bag for Nigeria. So are these trips just photo ops, or are they actually helping the country? Let's break it down. Since taking office in May 2023, President Tinubu has visited over 14 countries, spending 96 days abroad. That's a lot of air miles. But here's the thing, these trips weren't just vacations. They were strategic moves to build relationships, attract investment, and reposition Nigeria on the global stage. Think of it like networking. Just like you'd attend conferences or meet clients to grow your business, presidents do the same, just on a much bigger scale. Let's talk money. When President Tinubu travels, one of his top goals is to bring foreign investment into Nigeria. That means meeting business leaders, presidents, and billionaires who can put their money into our economy. More money coming in equals more companies setting up in Nigeria equals more jobs in our country. In India, President Tinubu met with top CEOs and secured $14 billion in investment pledges. That's not pocket change. In Saudi Arabia, Nigeria signed deals to boost energy and infrastructure, including potential funding for refineries. The agreements aim to attract strategic investments in oil and gas processing, with a focus on reducing Nigeria's reliance on imported petroleum products. Additionally, the partnership opens doors for technology transfer and joint ventures that could accelerate industrial development across key sectors. In Germany, he positioned Nigeria as a rising powerhouse for green energy and digital transformation, emphasizing its vast renewable resources and youthful tech-savvy population. He highlighted Nigeria's potential to lead Africa's clean energy transition through solar, wind, and hydrogen investments. The pitch also underscored the country's booming startup ecosystem and expanding digital infrastructure. By framing Nigeria as both a climate-conscious and innovation-driven economy, he aimed to attract strategic partnerships and sustainable investments. These deals mean more jobs, better infrastructure, and increased foreign exchange earnings. That's real impact, not just handshakes and selfies. President Tinubu flew to Dubai for COP28. And no, it wasn't just another political trip. It was about protecting Nigeria's future. COP28 is the world's biggest climate summit. Leaders from 190-plus countries came together to fight climate change. President Tinubu showed up to say, Nigeria needs support, and we're ready to lead. At the COP28 Climate Summit in Dubai, President Tinubu pushed for fair climate financing. Why does this matter? Because Nigeria is feeling the heat, literally. Floods, droughts, and rising temperatures are affecting farmers and food prices. By joining global climate talks, Nigeria can access climate funds to build resilience, like better irrigation, clean energy, and disaster response systems. Let's be honest, Nigeria's global image hasn't always been great. But these trips are helping change that. Meeting with King Charles in the UK. Sitting with world leaders at the UN General Assembly, speaking at the G20 Summit in India, representing Nigeria at the Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week. All of this sends a message. Nigeria is open for business, ready to lead, and serious about reforms. That kind of visibility attracts investors who might have been hesitant before. Did you know Nigeria is the big brother of West Africa? When there's a crisis, war, or political chaos, people look to Nigeria to step up. And that's exactly what President Tinubu does when he attends those African Union or ECOWAS summits. President Tinubu also traveled within Africa, Guinea-Bissau, Benin, Kenya, to strengthen ties with neighboring countries. As ECOWAS chair, he's been pushing for democracy, peace, and economic integration. Why does this matter? Because a stable West Africa means safer borders, better trade, and more opportunities for Nigerian businesses to expand regionally. Now let's be real, not everyone's cheering when President Tinubu boards another plane. Critics have raised valid concerns. They say the trips are happening too often, costing too much, and that the public isn't always told what's really going on. Some wonder, where are the results? They point to rising food prices, power outages, and insecurity at home and ask, shouldn't we fix things here first? And you know what? Those are fair questions. People want to see change they can feel, jobs, safety, affordable goods, not just headlines from abroad. But here's the thing. Diplomacy isn't instant noodles. It takes time to cook up real results. When a president signs an investment deal or builds a new partnership, it doesn't mean factories pop up the next day. These agreements often take months or even years to turn into roads, jobs, or power plants. What matters most is whether the foundation is being laid. And in many cases, it is. Nigeria has secured billions in investment pledges. Global companies are now looking at Nigeria as a serious player. Climate funding, energy deals, and tech partnerships are in motion. Think of it like planting seeds. You don't see the fruit right away, but if you water them and give them time, they grow. These trips are about planting those seeds, so that tomorrow Nigeria can harvest real progress. So yes, it's okay to ask questions. It's okay to demand transparency. But it's also important to recognize that global engagement is part of building a stronger, more connected Nigeria. And that kind of growth doesn't happen overnight. So how does all this international travel and diplomacy affect you? The everyday Nigerian try and make ends meet? Let's break it down. Backhand index pointing right when foreign companies come into Nigeria to invest, whether it's in tech, agriculture, manufacturing, or energy. They don't just bring money. They bring opportunities. That means real jobs for real people. From factory workers to engineers, marketers to drivers, more investment means more employment. And when people have jobs, they can feed their families, send their kids to school, and live with dignity. When these trips lead to deals that improve our infrastructure, it's not just about fancy buildings. It's about better roads, more reliable electricity, cleaner water, and faster internet. That means less time stuck in traffic, fewer blackouts, and smoother business operations. Whether you're a barber, a baker, or a tech startup founder, good infrastructure makes life easier and business better. Backhand index pointing right, and when Nigeria earns more foreign exchange through trade, investment, or partnerships, it helps strengthen the naira. That's a big deal. A stronger naira means imported goods cost less, inflation slows down, and your money stretches further. It's not just economics, it's the price of rice, the cost of fuel, and the value of your salary. Now let's be clear, it's not magic. These changes won't happen overnight, but they're steps in the right direction. Every handshake, every signed deal, every summit attended is part of a bigger plan to move Nigeria forward. In today's world, no country can afford to isolate itself. We live in a global village. Staying home and hoping things improve isn't enough. We have to go out, connect, negotiate, and bring value back home. So yes, these trips matter. Because when Nigeria shows up globally, it opens doors that can lead to real change. Change you can feel in your pocket, your street, and your future. So, are Tinubu's trips wasteful or worth it? You decide. But one thing's clear, Nigeria is showing up on the global stage, and that's a step in the right direction. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's keep the conversation going.